It wouldn't be a week in PlayStation if there wasn't a new PlayStation Store sale. Even with the Big in Japan sale running right now, the spring sale just wrapped up, and that means Sony had to bring forth another sale, and that's where we have the Save Big with the games under $20 sale at the PlayStation Store. Yes, the naming nomenclature of these store sales on the PSN is getting so generic that we have the under $20 sale. They've done this before, I shouldn't really be roasting them for that, and guess what? There are a lot of great deals available, so I just want to highlight a lot of the good stuff that is available real quickly. Obviously, we'll do more in-depth videos soon covering both the Big in Japan sale and this sale with the best deals available. Right away, I do see a bunch of the Call of Duty stuff on sale. However, nothing really that compelling. Infinite Warfare is down to $19.79, which is an okay deal. I do see Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition, which is down to $7.99. That is a pretty decent deal, all things considered. It was a PlayStation Plus game not too long ago, but if you missed out on that, not a bad buy there. I believe Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition released at like $49.99 or maybe even $59.99, and that was ridiculous. I just remember the game being ridiculously priced, but at $8, it's really well worth it. One of the craziest first-person shooters that you can play from a zaniness standpoint. It's a little bit ridiculous and definitely not for a younger audience, definitely for those above the age of 18. Nonetheless, it's a really enjoyable game, although not the lengthiest one in the world. For $8, it's pretty good. Assassin's Creed Origins is down to $14.99. Assassin's Creed really in the news right now as the new setting for the next Assassin's Creed game will be revealed today, or by the time you guys are watching this video, it's probably already revealed. Whatever the case may be, $15 on that is pretty good. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin is down to $9.99. I would say that that is a really good buy if you're looking to get on Dark Souls 2. DS2 wasn't my favorite in the series, honestly. It was probably the weakest, but again, it's one of those cases that it's much like the Batman games, the Bioshock games. I say Bioshock 2 isn't the best of those games, but you know, you're comparing the Dark Souls games, they're all at a very high level, and even if I say Dark Souls 2 isn't the best, it's still a worthwhile playthrough. Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition is $7.49, Darksiders 3 on the other hand is $17.99, and Darksiders War Mastered Edition is $4.99. I would pass on Darksiders 3, that price is a little bit high, especially because I've seen the physical copy of this game down to as low as $4.99. On the other hand, Darksiders 1 and 2 are definitely worth a buy. I really enjoyed my time with both of those games, often compared to be a cross between The Legend of Zelda and God of War, and I feel like that was a detriment to the game being compared that way because it's not at the level of either of those franchises. However, it's very good in its own right, and it's definitely worth a play. You can also check out the Darksiders Furies collection, that's War and Death, that'll give you 1 and 2 for $9.99, so a good buy there as well. Dead Cells, one of the best Metroidvania games, possibly the best depending on who you talk to, is seeing a pretty big discount at $16.24 from $24.99. Now, Dead Cells is a game they don't put on sale significantly all that often, and it's a game that is well worth it. They've updated the game quite a bit regularly, putting in content patches and things of that nature. The Rise of the Giant DLC is a free update, and $16.24 for this game is a great buy. It might look a little bit simplistic on the surface, and maybe initially when you start playing it, you're just enamored by the visuals and the gameplay doesn't do anything for you, but once you put around 45 minutes to an hour into it, at least that's what I did. I was hooked in the game, and I put a lot of hours into the title. Definitely well worth it if you have yet to check it out. Dead Island Definitive Edition is $7.99. Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition is $7.99 as well. Who knows if we're ever going to get Dead Island 2, just wanted to mention those two. Destroy All Humans 1, $6.99. Destroy All Humans 2, $6.99. Probably would wait for the remake at this point, but if you want to go back and play those games, not the worst idea in the world. Dishonored 2 down to just $11.99, and Dishonored 1 is $5.99. Death of the Outsider is $14.99. Would definitely give a shout to Dishonored 1 and 2. Those are both really good games. Really enjoyed Dishonored 2 especially. I thought Dishonored 1 was an excellent game, but Dishonored 2 really offered you everything that a sequel should be. It improved in areas while retaining the fundamentals of what made Dishonored 1 so good. If you've never played Dishonored, obviously I would start with Dishonored 1 because it's still an incredibly high quality experience, but I would just say pick up both of them. It's really good. Death of the Outsider, given how pricey it is, I would probably just say pass on that for now, but Dishonored 1 and 2 definitely worthwhile playthroughs. EA Sports UFC 3 Deluxe Edition is $14.99, not a bad buy there. Alex is $14.99, really cool setting on Alex, and I really dug the premise. Is it a great game? Absolutely not. There are some cool elements to it, and if you want to try out an interesting open world RPG, try it out, but let me say up front, it's not the best game in the world. It has a lot of issues, but for $15, definitely a lot better than the initial $50 price point. Fallout 4 is $14.99, speaking of which, RPGs with some problems, but still some great elements. Fallout 4 for $15 isn't a bad buy. At this point, point, I would just say wait for the Game of the Year edition to go on sale, even though the DLC isn't anything to write home about. You might as well get the Game of the Year edition for like, you know, $20, $25, and that's a pretty decent buy. Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, $15. Far Cry 5, $15. Far Cry is Far Cry. I don't think they're bad games. I just think at this point you should ascertain the fact that if you like Far Cry, you're gonna enjoy these games. If you don't, you know, it is what it is. And if you've never played Far Cry 3 is a great starting point, but given it's the same price as Far Cry 5, I would just say pick up Far Cry 5. Far Cry 3 was the one that I enjoyed the most because it really opened up the new style of Far Cry gameplay, and then Far Cry 4 and 5 retained the fundamentals and really were a lot more of the same, but they were great games as well, and I would recommend those. For Honor Standard Edition, $9.89. For Honor Year 1 Heroes Bundle is $14.99. Not bad buys there. You've got GTA 5 Premium Online Edition and Great White Shark Card, $19.79 for that. Hitman 2 Standard Edition, $17.99. That's a pretty good buy. Hitman 2 is really good. Unfortunately, that game faltered from just coming off the release of Hitman. I believe it was 2016 or 2015, and that game was released episodically, so a lot of people didn't dig that. However, I still thought both Hitman games were really good, and Hitman 2 definitely better than the first, and the first is on sale as well. That's down to $9. Homefront The Revolution is down to $4.99. Man, oh man, that was a game that I really wanted to be good because I love the first Homefront game. Revolution isn't that great. $5, I mean, I want to give it a recommendation because I really dug the first Homefront, but let's be real, it's probably not even worth that price point. But, I mean, if you did enjoy the first Homefront game, if you like the setting and things of that nature of Homefront, maybe for $5, it is worth a buy. But even then, again, I would say stay away from that. Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition is seeing a little bit of a discount, $19.99 from that. Now, that is a game that recently just came out, so it not seeing a steep discount isn't that bad. It typically goes for $24.99. Very good story-driven title with a really cool setting, so there you have that. Killing Floor 2, for those of you looking for a quality co-op game, that is down to just $9.89. Definitely worth a buy there. Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition, $19.99 for that. Great buy there. That's a fantastic, realistic open-world RPG that is very, very accurate from a historical sense, and it has a lot of great elements that I enjoyed. The DLC is quite good as well. That's why I would not recommend to get the base game, which is on sale as well. That's $15, but just get the Royal Edition. You get all the DLC, and that adds a sizable amount of content, so definitely give that a look. Bunch of the LEGO games are on sale. LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, LEGO City Undercover, LEGO DC Supervillains, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 1 and 2, LEGO Marvel's Avengers, and LEGO The Incredibles. Legrand Legacy Tale of the Fate Bounds. That's a pretty interesting RPG. I played that on PC when it originally came out. Is it great? No, but it does have some pretty interesting elements to it as well. Metro Redo is down to $8.99. You can't go wrong with that. Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. I've talked up those games for years now, and I think those two games are actually better than Metro Exodus. Again, another instance where all three games are really good, but 2033 and Last Light, in my opinion, were better games. Incredibly atmospheric titles. Visuals are stunning, and if you want quality single-player first-person shooters, you're going to find that in 2033 and Last Light. My Time at Portia is down to $14.99. Very good buy there if you want a game that you can sink a lot of time into. Overcooked, those games are on sale. Pillars of Eternity Complete Edition is $12.49. That is an awesome buy. If you want a PC-centric RPG that works well on consoles, Pillars of Eternity is going to be right up your alley, and for $12.49, you're getting an obscene amount of gameplay for the price, so definitely would give that a shout. Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition, the worst name I think I've ever heard for a remastered game. Nonetheless, I loved Red Faction Guerrilla. I played this game back in 2009 when it initially came out, and it is just a blast of a game to play. No pun intended, because you're going to be blasting everything up, and you can destroy just about everything. You got a sledgehammer, you got explosives. That's really all you need for a great time in the world of Mars and Red Faction Guerrilla, and it's a great title that went a little bit under the radar, and hopefully sooner rather than later, THQ Nordic will bring Red Faction back. Hey, a Guerrilla 2, that would be pretty freaking cool, but maybe I'm one of the only people that really go to bat for Red Faction Guerrilla. Who knows how well that game would sell. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration is $8.99. It's ROTR. Talked about it quite a bit. $9 for it is really good. If you want to start off with your Tomb Raider journey, not a bad starting point. I would recommend you to play Tomb Raider 2013, but ROTR is definitely a considerably better game. Saints Row titles are on sale. Saints Row 4 Re-Elected, $4.99. Re-Elected and Gat Out of Hell is $7.49, and Gat Out of Hell Solo is $3.74. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, another game that I often go to bat for. Square Enix, where's my sequel? $4.49 for that. It is a great game. Very good combat in this title. All the DLC included in the Definitive Edition, great story, and the visuals are still holding up rather well. I actually replayed this game not too long ago, probably 7-8 months ago, and I really enjoyed my time with it. Not the lengthiest game in the world, but there is a lot of side content and a lot of stuff to do, so would give that a shout. A bunch of the Star Wars games, the older ones I should say, are on sale, and Battlefront 2 is on sale as well, and they're actually finishing up all of the content updates for that, so probably not a bad time to check that out. The Celebration Edition is 20 bucks, and the game is much better than where it was at launch. Unfortunately, given how train wreck of a launch it was, it's hard to remedy that, but it's a pretty good multiplayer experience. Now, Sniper Elite 4, $11.99 for that. Evil Within 2, $19.99. Pretty good deal on that. Thief is down to $2.99. Thief was a game that I was so looking forward to, and I thought it was going to be the defining game of this generation early on, and boy oh boy was I wrong about that. Thief did not turn out that well, but $3 for it, hey, if you want to check out one of the early PS4 games, might not be a horrible buy. XCOM 2 Digital Deluxe Edition is $18.74. Ukulele is $9.99. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair is $17.99. A couple of the Wolfenstein games are on sale. Youngblood Deluxe Edition, Cyberpilot, both of those are on sale. And yeah, that's just quickly going through the deals available. I had to glance through a couple of the games, and this is just a snapshot of the deals to come. You can head on over to the PlayStation Store for the full lineup reveal, so again, a lot more games are going to be discounted. What the PS blog has right now is just what they are typically promoting before the sale actually goes live. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.